Hi, everybody. Hi. Tonight is a Sunday night, which means that most of us are at home on the couch, right? But instead, you're here, and there's room on the couch. So, honestly, I just always want to start the day by thanking everybody who is here to join us and hopefully share a little bit of ourselves and our spirits through our artistic endeavors, and hopefully get to witness some other folks sharing their stuff too. We've got, I think, 8 or 9 people on the list tonight.
Wow.
So very excited about that. Each of you is welcome to take 5, 10 minutes even. Typically, maybe 2 songs or 2 or 3 poems, It's up to you, but we've got time. We're here till 8. My name is River Devai, if I haven't introduced myself already, and I will be your host tonight. We get together here. We have a lot of newcomers tonight, and we also have a lot of regulars, so that's great. But we get together at the end of every month, the last Sunday night of the month, usually. Sometimes around the holidays, we switch things up, but now that it's January, we're back on track. Final Sunday of every month, we will be joining together for a little open mic from 6 to 8. And all are always welcome. Everyone is welcome to perform, from the littlest to the oldest to the shyest to the most obnoxious, which is usually me. Well, Juan and I are constantly fighting over it. The champion. Maybe we'll settle the score tonight. We have, Henny, actually, could I have that list? Thank you. I'll let you know who we have coming up. I don't even need this mic, really, but we're going to be starting off with a very special treat. We don't get this very often, but a flamenco dancer. Yeah, so give it up for Barbara Evans. We'll have her up here in just a minute. We are going to be followed by, I believe, our youngest performer of the night. We'll see. Maybe some babies will show up and make a ruckus in the back. But Derek is going to be singing us a song of his own creation. Yes. We're going to hear from Campbell. We're going to hear from Akasha Justice. Yes, that is her name. We're going to hear from Lynn and Sam, a duo combo. They're neighbors to my aunt and uncle, which is always exciting because it's a small world. We're going to hear from Amanda Chaffin. Chaffin? Is that how you say it? Great. And you're going to do some poetry for us, right? Wonderful. And then we will hear from Grace and Culp, a little song poetry combo. Heather here, again, one of our veterans, almost here almost every month. And then Zoe. And then maybe that'll be when Juan and I get up and have our most obnoxious contest. Great. Okay, so are you ready? Should we get started with Barbara?
Yeah.
Okay. Please welcome to the stage Barbara Evans.
Flamenco, for those who may not know about it, is the music and dance of the Spanish gypsies from the south of Spain in Andalusia. The gypsies are a persecuted peoples. Flamenco has cante hondo songs, deep songs, and cante chico songs, or the happy, lighthearted songs. And all the songs adhere very strictly to a specific rhythm, and it's called compás. And you must be in compás. In a live performance group called a cuadro, you would have a guitarist, a singer, dancers, and in the musical song they each take turns, they play and take turns, and then there's also a palma person called mano that does the palmas, the clapping that underlies and supports the compás. Unfortunately, I don't have any live musicians here with me, and I have to use tape. And I want to say that the music that I'm using is not necessarily meant to be a dance routine. But everything I do is in compás, and I'm an improvisational dancer. The piece that I'm going to do is Bulería, which is a Cantichico, lighthearted, it's the party song that goes on for hours and hours all night long. So this is José Mercé, Bulerías. Aire.
Go back a couple years. We've done a couple shows together over at Pack Rep Theater, where also our friend Jeff works. What's up, Jeff? Jeff is awesome. If you can say hi, he's really great. He's a great part of Palenke Arts as well. So I would like to welcome a young newcomer to our open mic. Oh, and hi, welcome. Come on in. So Derek is going to sing a little song for us. You know? Do you want to sit in the chair or you want to stand? I'll set the mic up for you. Okay. It is pretty wide. Are you going to be all right?
I can help with that.
What channel are we on for this one?
That one is number 6.
All right, will you just say hi, my name is Derek, and Mike?
Hi, my name is Derek.
Hi.
Hello. Hi there.
I'll make it a little taller, because you are actually pretty tall.
How are you doing?
Oh, showman, yes!
In here, Joe?
We're ready.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Froggy.
Froggy who?
Froggy, open the door.
Who's there?
Turkey.
Turkey who?
Turkey, here you go. I love your outfit. Thanks. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Telescope.
Telescope who?
Telescope, I want the telescope.
All right. Are you going to sing?
You gonna sing a song?
Let's see.
What song are you going to sing today?
You want to hear one more? You want to hear more jokes?
No. I want to hear your song.
Okay.
Can I hold them up?
I made a little music.
Okay. What kind of music do you want? Oh, rock.
Rock music.
Any particular song of rock music? Or are we just... You don't know.
What if I
Jump karaoke. Just do like jump karaoke by Van Halen or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Can I get into this one?
Here. Yeah, actually. What did you
All right.
say?
Tell us some more jokes while we find it.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo jumps everywhere. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Fish.
Fish who?
Fish, I want to go back in the water.
Oh my God, silliness. You gotta feed us on silliness.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ant.
Ants who?
Ant, I want to drink some water.
Alright, here comes the rock and roll music. Are you ready?
Let's get ready. We're ready.
No. What happened? Bad internet connection, sorry. Hello. Let's try it again. Can we do this?
I do not know. Every time, we've never done it before. Got
No.
You had to pick it up.
Oh man, but were you gonna sing? I didn't see you wanting to sing.
I have data on my phone.
I know, we're gonna do it last time. Last time.
Do you like that song? Do you want to
Or do you want to do something else?
Maybe another type of.
Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what. How about if I take out my guitar and just improvise into something together? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely better.
Okay.
All right. Oh Lord.
Ready? Do some jokes. One more joke, okay?
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Duck.
Duck who?
Duck, I want to fly.
There we go. I gotta sit over here. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think you need a drummer. Can you sit on the drum? Okay, here's my.
Yeah, Micah. So give it up for Juan on the guitar. Micah. As long as
All
you
right,
are
Carol. Thank you for
prepared.
catching them.
Oh my gosh, what a cute way to open our open mic. Am I right? Derek?
Yes.
To see where you go, man, where life takes you. You gotta keep doing that. First time being on stage ever? He obviously belongs. I know that.
He was ready.
Work a crowd. Oh man. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this young person here is gonna do some songs, a little cover tune, I think, with the track. And Campbell actually met like years ago when you were like a little tiny person, when I was a camp counselor at Camp Kinsawi. So it's just like, she walks in here and I'm like, hey, have we met before? Oh, what's up? And then, I don't know, you introduced yourself as Campbell. I was like,
And she cut her hair.
what? Whoa, when did you become like a really cool adult human being? Not fair. Makes me feel super old. So, we're gonna hear from her. You ready?
I am.
Okay. So, welcome Campbell.
Hi, I'm going to be singing Come Out and Play by Billie Eilish. Wake up, it's Monday coffee. Your cup, I pull it out. When we talk, you say it's sorry. I love it when you call me quiet.
Let's try it here.
You see a piece of paper could be a little greater. Show me what you would make her. You'll never know until you try it. You don't have to keep it quiet. And I know it makes you nervous, but I promise you it's worth it to show 'em everything you kept inside. Don't hide. Don't hide. Too shy to say, but I hope you say don't hide away. Come out and look up out of your window, see snow, won't let it in though. Leave home, feel the wind blow, 'cause it's cold here inside. You don't have to keep it quiet. Yeah, I know it makes you nervous, but I promise you it's worth it
Hello, everybody. Let's figure out what happened over here.
Yeah, I think we have bad cables.
Bad cables.
We need better.
So if you would like to make a donation, we could use microphone cables. So I would like to bring up some other newcomers. Lynn and Sam, are you ready? I know it will take you maybe a little bit of setup to get your amp and things set up, but these two are going to do... What? Oh, you're ready. Got the sticks. And Lynn's going to set up her bass.
We're going to do some blues. If a guitar player wants to play blues, please join us.
Oh.
Any guitar players want to take them up on the offer? So a little blues. What are you doing? 12-bar blues?
12-bar blues in key of A. If anybody wants to join us.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll sing a little bit if you want. Okay. I'll let your groove get going, and then it can be like a total jam sesh if anybody wants to come in. I don't know. Derek clearly knows the blues structure.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
We don't do it.
Wow, okay, so give it up, please, for Lynn and Sam. As I mentioned, they don't perform very often, but I think it's so great that you all are playing music and getting up here and sharing it with people, jamming with people. It's really cool when you can just play music with people you only have just met, and somehow it comes together. Yeah. Okay, so let's welcome to the stage Amanda. I don't know her yet, but I'm excited to hear her poetry. She's a friend of Barbara's, and we're just happy to have her here. So let's give it up once more.
My name is Amanda. I have some poetry. This one I wrote after being in Mexico. Is this loud enough? Fear. How firmly fear holds me back. Thoughts return to Sinaloa Street in Mexico, and the very thin, so very brown young man who lay sprawled, drugged or drunk, I thought, on the narrow pathway to the beach, between the gated communities inhabited by the semi-rich like me, mostly United States people, and how, when I came back hours later, he was still there, but up, supported by the wall, masked by his dark glasses. And only after passing him once more did he even try to speak, a croak as I drew near, drenched, refreshed, and so undone by his bit of sea, his pristine sand. I did not hear, I did not understand nor answer. Once enclosed in the safety of my vehicle, I thought, how thirsty he must be. I drove away, too afraid to offer water. This one is an older poem. I wrote it in 2003. Seaside, you and I go way back, back to barbecue at the Spells House on Sonoma, spicy ribs and watermelon, soft southern talk and warm brown skin, back to Friday afternoons spent in thrift store gloom, happy hours lost, perusing other people's junk, followed by picnics at the lake, guppies carried carefully home in a jar. Back to gospel singing church after a hot bath with the girls, to summer school Spanish class where I was the visitor and understood nothing but the thrill of the bus ride and liking boys with curly hair and skin the color of chocolate. Way back to Sunday supper in the afternoon, of fried chicken, silver pheasant, salt and pepper shakers on a well-set table, served by other people's aunts and grandmas, since I didn't have any of my own. Seaside, I remember your backyard gardens first seen from my mother's car window, later peeked at through alleyway fences, resplendent with tomatoes and collards. Back to the old stone house on Broadway with remnant sheds, old garden tools, eggshells in jars, forgotten by farming folks. To drum-filled nights, black angels spouting griot poetry. Back to Diane and Steve's bright yellow house and Meadows cowboy boots, red as a new polished apple. Back to Vietnam War meetings espousing equality, dominated by young white men plotting to stop the war. Back to walking home after foolish nights, seeking impossible dreams, savoring each step, the hills, the pines, and finally the oak duff, Del Monte Forest, and raucous blue jay calls. Back to my first teaching job, a new kind of brown, Oaxacan Spanish mixed with Zapoteco, and roosters in the morning. To a rented house hidden beneath the crow's old cypress, raccoon prints in frozen puddles, short walks to all my family. To the park, dusky and firelit, replete with haunting strains of accordion, norteño style. But when I tried to buy in, I felt excluded, rejected, pushed out, advised against. The school was closed and I moved on, leaving that same feeling of unrequited love that has been my experience for so long.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Let's give it up for her one more time. Seaside has some amazing history, huh? It's been through a lot of different phases and times, and it's changing now as we live and look around, and hopefully we can just make sure that all the changes that we make are inclusive and honoring Seaside's history. That's what we're trying to do here at Palenke Arts as well. We're trying to provide space for the existing communities and, sharing in art and multicultural art, intercultural conversations, I think. So yeah, I don't know, we do a lot of cool stuff, so keep us in the loop, follow our social media, and if you can make a gift, it always helps, but you're here because it's your house. Our home is your home.
Yes.
Okay, so Grayson, would you like to come up? Are you gonna do that song first? You'll do it on first? Okay. Oh, you'll do it a cappella? Okay, I'll let you get up here. So Grayson is a student of mine. Oh, and so I teach drama at Seaside High School, and we have a theater production coming up next Friday. So we just spent all day setting up the lights and the sound and doing all these things, getting ready for our show. And Grayson is going to be, acting in the play. In fact, they were the person who found the play we're going to do. It's called Lockdown, and it's set in a high school classroom during lockdown. And so the students don't actually know if it's a drill or if there's an intruder or what, but they're there in the classroom. And I liken it, I think it's a cross, if you know these pieces, it's a cross somewhere between Lord of the Flies and No Exit, Sartre. But it's Lockdown, and Grayson's playing one of the leading characters, and also going to be singing. Afterwards, we'll have some singing performances from different students. So today, you get a little preview. Give it up for Grayson Cole. Troy. How's that? It's good. It's okay.
Hi, like River said, I'm Grayson. I didn't live here originally. I just moved here from Tennessee. And this poem is called This Is Me. And I wrote this last year, so it says 16. But yeah. 10 years old. When I was 10, I was the girly girl that hated pink. I would walk on my own walks and to my only friends when I could. One day I asked, is this me? Am I me? 13 years old. When I was 13, I was bullied and wasn't the girly girl anymore. My favorite colors were black and red, and I had a few friends. I looked in the mirror and asked, who am I? Because this is not me. I'm not this girl. Who am I? 16 years old. Now I'm 16 years old. I am non-binary, and I'm neither. I love my friends, and they love and support me. I have one best friend that is better than I could ever have. I have people who call me by my name, and my name is Grayson Culp. I think I found who I am. And I'm gonna sing. It's called Hey Little Girl, and this is what I'm gonna be singing in the after the play. So I'm all choked up Can't talk, got a messed up brain, messed up thoughts. Thought I was okay, but then I guess not. Hope you know that this is your fault. Want you to feel bad when you go to sleep. Hope you're sad when you remember me, and feel bad for all you did to me. I hope you lie there in your misery. Hey, little girl, you never believe there's a ghost inside of you, hidden too deep. Hey, little girl, you never imagine you get a little older, you get abandoned. Hey, little girl, you know smoking kills. Don't really care, cause you love how it feels. Hey, little girl, you're falling apart. Don't really care, cause they broke your heart. Fighting for all that I've lost. It's my time to show who's boss. I've waited in the dark too long. I've got this now, so just stay strong. Oh, you won't believe until I'm up on stage and make you bleed when you don't get your way. Hope you're scared when you remember me. I hope you lie there in your misery. Hey, little girl, you never believe there's a ghost inside of you, hidden too deep. Hey, little girl, you never imagine you get a little older, you get abandoned. Hey, little girl, you know smoking kills. Don't really care, cause you love how it feels. Hey, little girl, you're falling apart. Don't really care, cause they broke your heart. Been in and out of recovery. I remember when I could hardly breathe. Sat in front of mirrors, thinking to myself, can't get any clearer what I'm doing to myself. I've been in and out of recovery. I remember when I could hardly breathe. Sat in front of mirrors, thinking to myself, can't get any clearer what I'm doing to myself. Hey, little girl, you never believe there's a ghost inside of you, hidden too deep. Hey, little girl, you never imagine you get a little older, you get abandoned. Hey, little girl, you know smoking kills. Don't really care, cause you love how it feels. Hey, little girl, you're falling apart. Don't really care, cause they broke your heart. Yeah, you don't really care, cause they broke your heart. Hey, little girl, you never believe there's a ghost inside of you, hidden too deep. Hey, little girl, you never imagine you get a little older, you'll get abandoned.
Thank you, Grayson. Doesn't that one hurt? Give it up one more time. So beautiful. And Grayson will be joined by several of our other students singing some songs. And yeah, I don't know, I just hope you can make it. It's by donation, so it's $5 to $10 suggested, but nobody's turned away for lack of funds. And that'll be Friday, Saturday of this coming week, February 1st and 2nd at 7:30. At Seaside High School. It's towards the back of the campus. We have a new black box theater that we built this past semester, so now it's got to get some use into it. And then it'll also be the following weekend as well, the 8th and 9th. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Okay, the 8th and 9th also at 7:30. Okay, I'd like to bring up a dear friend, Heather. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you? Great. Okay, here's Heather. Please welcome her to the stage.
Check. Okay. Yep. Okay. I brought two short pieces. They're both autobiographical. Neither one actually focuses on me, but they're various experiences. I've written a lot of short autobiographical pieces, which maybe one day I'll put together into a book or something. But in the meantime, I just sort of put them together however seems to make sense at the time. So anyway, these are These are from back in the mid-90s when I was in my 20s and learning a lot of things, and a lot of things were changing. And here's the first one. It's called May 1995. I called her Sapphire. She was a small gray cat who would show up at our house. She kept coming back to our porch, and we lived out on the edge of town, and quite a few cats were part of our menagerie. Most of them had just shown up at one point or another and adopted us. Every day we put out a bunch of cat food on the porch, and whoever wanted any could have it. Now some of those cats came inside, snuggled up, spent a lot of time with us, formed the kinds of unique bonds that felines can form with humans. Well, she never did that, but for over a year she kept coming back around. I called her Sapphire. We never knew what she might have been called by other humans before she came to our house. At first, none of us called her anything. She would show up, get some food, and disappear. But she kept coming back around, and then we did notice her. And one day, nonchalantly, one of my housemates named her Rat Girl, sort of like a joke, and he thought that was fine, but I didn't want to call her Rat Girl, so I called her Sapphire. We never knew where she came from, or what she was getting away from by coming to us, but we could see she had been through a lot. She had scars visible through her fur. Her tail was completely gone, only a ragged stump remaining, and her head was permanently tilted at a strange angle as if her neck couldn't move. And she never let any human put their hands near her. We could walk near her, but we soon learned not to put out a hand, not to reach our hands anywhere close to her, or she would run off and vanish immediately. I came to hate whoever had done this to her. I wished I could find them and confront them and achieve some kind of justice. I wished I could help her heal from what she had been through, but I couldn't do much. I fed her. I spoke gently to her. I called her Sapphire. One sunny day, I was out on the couch on the porch by myself, playing my drum, just relaxing, keeping a little groove going, enjoying the breeze. And off to one side, I saw her watching me. I kept drumming. I made the rhythm slower, gentler. I hoped I could share a feeling of peace. And slowly, she walked closer. I focused on my drum. The drum was in my lap. My hands were on the drum, and they were going to stay there, and I played, and she walked over to the side of the couch. She jumped up onto the back of the couch. She walked along the back of the couch, and I played my drum, and as she walked right behind me, she gently rubbed against the back of my neck. And then she jumped down and ran away, and that was that. Days went by. She came by the house in the usual way until at some point she didn't anymore. I hope it was because she found a good place to live, a good forever place, nice and safe. I'll never know. That was all. Sometimes the only connection is a brief one, but sometimes that one connection is perfect, and she was perfect. I called her Sapphire. Thank you. Okay, this one has a bit of a different vibe. When I was in college, we took a trip down to Nicaragua, and believe it or not, I still haven't finished writing about what happened then, and that was 25 years ago, just because it was very intense. A lot happened in a short period of time. This is one of the little tiny snippets of things I've tried to write about, my experiences there with that group. December 1994. On a trip through Nicaragua, we're sitting on a mountain above the city of Esteli, watching the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen. The air is so clear we can see for what seems like forever across the vast landscape sprawling out to the north and south. The sky holds an assortment of puffy clouds that reach all the way down to the horizon, and they gleam like polished glass as each one displays a mixture of the hues of light streaming through it. The colors are so sharp and vivid that we can actually see them changing moment by moment, liquid yellow oozing into orange, liquid orange oozing into red, pink oozing into purple as the sun rapidly goes down. I've never witnessed anything like this before. It's more pure than any painting, any movie, any vision I've ever had, and it's real, impossibly real. I wish it wouldn't end. I wish I could sit here and simply marvel at it on and on and on. I wish there wasn't anything else to think about. I wish I didn't have to think about what we saw yesterday. It was our last day in Esteli, a city near the border with Honduras, an unfortunate location to have during the previous decade. Most of the encampments where U.S. forces trained and equipped the Contra soldiers were in Honduras, right across the border. And though the U.S. and the Contras brutalized all of Nicaragua, Esteli got the worst of it. We took a tour of the Hall of Heroes and Martyrs, a memorial erected by the people of the city, a building containing walls covered in photographs, heroes and martyrs. The heroes were the ones who were killed as they fought against the US-backed invasion. The martyrs were the ones who were killed just because they were there. There were faces, names, and dates. There were thousands of them. Many of them were children. They stared out of the small black and white photographs, row after row, wall after wall. They did not ask us why our government had done this to them. It was too late for them to ask anything. I had thought I was prepared. I thought my years of reading books by radical writers like Noam Chomsky and Howard Zinn had given me a sufficient grasp of the scale of the history here. But this was not a book in front of me. There was nothing academic about the memorial I stood inside and the faces surrounding me. There was nothing academic about thousands of children who were gone. It was real, impossibly real, and I could not comprehend it. My conscience was making the strongest possible demand that I try, but it hurt too much. I could not. As the purple darkens in the clouds and the sky turns to black, my group is gathering our things. We're staying on an agricultural cooperative whose members are sharing their homes with us. Tomorrow we will pick chamomile blossoms, which they will trade with their neighbors for flour and salt. Next week, we will travel to the Caribbean coast where we will join up with the locals who are building a school. We're never anywhere very long on this trip, and all the help we manage to give never seems like very much. And next month we will go back to the United States, and I will sit in my room, surrounded by material comfort, and I will wrap my arms around me and finally allow myself to feel the impact of my time in Nicaragua, and I will feel the combined weight of all the experiences that came too fast and too close together for me to process, to have any chance to handle. And as the crushing waves of helpless guilt sweep through me, I will finally cry, and cry, and cry. And when crying has done all the good it can do, I will sit and consider and plan what I can say, what I can write, what actions I can take to make my country more humane, to make better use of the privileges I've been given, and to make the world a little bit more livable and worth living in. But right now, I'm doing the only thing I can do right now. I finish watching the most amazing sunset, and then I turn and walk away.
She always brings something new and something so different and always very powerful and beautiful. I love both those pieces a lot. So thank you, Heather, once more. Okay. Of course. Yeah. Into that little red thing. So we're going to hear from Akasha Justice and then from Zoe. And then if there's anybody else who wants to jam or do anything, we can throw you in there. And I don't know, maybe Juan is gonna do something too, right? Oh yeah, we throw down. We'll have to talk.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Okay. Who knows what it'll be? You ready, Akasha? Yeah. Okay, great. Please welcome Akasha.
All right, I'm going to do some No Doubt underneath it all. Channeling Gwen Stefani. There's times when I want something more, someone more like me. There's times when this dress rehearsal seems incomplete, but you see the colors in me like no one else. And behind your dark glasses, you're something else. You're really lovely underneath it all. You want to love me underneath it all. I'm really lucky underneath it all. You're really lovely. You know some real bad tricks and you need some discipline. But lately you've been trying real hard and giving me your best. Yeah, you give me the most gorgeous sleep that I've ever had. And when it's really bad, I guess it's not that bad. You're really lovely underneath it all. You want to love me underneath it all. I'm really lucky underneath it all. You're really lovely. There's so many moons that we have seen stumbling back next to me. I've seen right through and underneath, and you make me better. I've seen right through and underneath, and you make me better, better, better. You are my real Prince Charming, like the heat from the fire. You were always burning anytime you're around. My body keeps calling for your touch, your kisses and your sweet romance. And there's an underside of you that this a woman, yeah, adore. Aside from your temper, everything is secure. Yeah, you're good to me, baby, of that I'm assured. Cause over and over again, I want more. I've used up all your coupons and all you've got left is me. Sorry. Somehow I'm full of forgiveness, I guess it's meant to be. You're really lovely underneath it all. You want to love me underneath it all. I'm really lucky underneath it all. You're really lovely. You're really lovely underneath it all. You want to love me underneath it all. I'm really lucky underneath it all. You're really lovely. underneath it all. Alright. Underneath it all. Underneath it all.
Well, you did it. You did it. Great job, Akasha Justice. All right. Well, thank you for sticking around. It's 7:30. We've got one more performer on the list, and then the face. What are we calling it? Showdown. Face off. I don't know. Yeah.
The
Face
annoyance
showdown.
competition.
So please let's welcome to the stage Zoe.
So my name is Zoe, and typically I read poetry during these, but everyone here is just so welcoming that I thought I would sing a song that I wrote a while ago. And I don't know music really at all. I mean, I know music, but I don't know notes or anything like that, so there's no notes to go with this. But if anyone feels the desire to hop on the piano or the guitar and back me up a bit, that'd be lovely, super lovely. The tune is like, so yes, I see that you have that, and that's lovely. I might hold this because I don't really like leaning forward. Run away with me, darling, won't you run away with me? Let's escape today, darling, let's just run away. We can go so far and wide, let's just run and hide. Run away with me, darling, won't you run away with me? Now I don't remember my words because I'm all nervous. Will you help me leave this place? Can you be my saving grace? Run away with me, darling, won't you run away with me? We don't have to tell no one. Let's escape and have some fun. So, darling, will you go? Will you help me leave this place? Can you be my saving grace? Run away with me, darling, won't you run away with me? I read something earlier today. It's not a poem, but it's just like a story. Yeah, because that was pretty short. One day it'll turn into a real song when it's not so in the works, you know. But I liked that everyone was so open with all of their things today. Oh, good, I flipped right to it. So this is like a little story, and I noticed we still have a kid here, so I'll fix some of the words. So this is called 1-3-19. Thinking about New Year's Day. Elias and I ended up the previous night's festivities at Jaren's house. We semi-cuddled on the skinny little couch, and our feet were in each other's faces.
That was when I first noticed just how comfortable my body is with him. He cuddled my legs and feet, and normally I would be really self-conscious, but I didn't really mind. And when I asked for a story to help me fall asleep, he began retelling some memory with no hesitation. In the morning, back at his place, he makes scrumdiddlyumptious French toast. Then we get the hot tub started. At first, I'm nervous about not wearing clothes in the tub. I know it'll lead to certain activities, but my love for nudity took precedent, so. We spend the next 4 hours laughing, joking, reminiscing. I don't attempt to hide my body. He's seen it all, though years ago. At some point, he comes closer and we're touching, kind of laying with each other like the night before. Nothing about his actions give the feeling that he's trying to, initiate things. Not that it's off the table, just more like it's up to me. And everything just so caring and loving, not infatuous or passionate or head over heels, just deep respect and admiration. I guess these are the feelings that replace the ones of your first love. It is nice being so comfortable with him. I can tell him anything. We can look back on the good and the bad of our relationship with laughter. He tells me I've changed since sophomore year when we were together. Changed for the better, come more into myself. Though, he says, I still respect a lot of the things you did back then too. I tell him he will always hold a very special place in my heart. He replies quietly that I will too.
Thank you, Zoe. That was really sweet. Okay. So we have one more person on the list. That's not you, Juan. I would like to invite my good pal, friend, person, Audrey Moss. Audrey Moss is incredible, and check it out. Thank you, River. Thank you. Hey guys, this is an incredible space, and I'm really glad to be here.
Yay.
Lately, I have been thinking a lot about how to take care of myself. And I think that's something that's hard to figure out and looks different for everybody. And this is a poem about a woman who taught me a lot about taking care of myself. In the morning, to create a good day, she washed her face and brushed her hair. In the morning, I roll on my socks and look at my breasts in the mirror. I put on my boots almost every day. I fell in love with her in the shower in the morning. I fell in love with the earrings she selected and her fingers as she picked through the jewelry box. She put oil on her body and in her hair, and I put oil on my boots, and I loved her as I relaced them. I opened the curtains and dressed myself in the light. I loved her through beginning and ending, and now as I create my day every morning, I feel the start and finish as unity, and love lingers in the circles I draw on my skin when my mind wanders. I love at dusk, when the shell of the day is sloughed off for coziness, in solitude, in togetherness, in careful hands turning magic cards. The divine feels closest at dawn and dusk, in times of tradition, of transition, in times of love. I fall in love with myself in winter's rain, and I am grateful I oiled my boots. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Audrey. That was super beautiful. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, again, for being here. Remember, there's snacks if you want to grab anything.
Before we put them away.
Yeah, before we put them away. What are we going to do, Juan?
I don't know, I wanted to do a song too. I have
Do you want to do your own thing and I'll do my own thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then work together.
Okay.
So, first of all, can we please give it up for everybody? Wow! All ages, all different things going on. This old man is happy. You know, Palenke Arts is, you can see it's a little hodgepodge of stuff, and that's what makes it beautiful. We are trying to make room for a lot of different folks to come through, to share stories, to share emotions, songs, whatever it is, you know. The design is still not done, and I don't think it will ever be. I'm proud to say I have people who are in my advisory council. I'm going to be soon to be executive director of, that are here tonight. JT Mason is here. Give her a, come on, give her a big round of applause. We have Jeff, and then River is also part of our advisory council, and we have a program assistant, Henny, back there too, who's greeting you. I want to tell you something. I am so moved by what you share, your courage, your artistry. I also want you to, I want to challenge you to do a little thing for us, you know. This space is for you. You know, we're going to continue going as long as there's a thirst for a place that is safe and brave, where difficult stories and different type of stuff can happen in this part of the world. We belong to each other. But I would like you to first of all, spread the word if you can, but also let us know, what is this, having a place like this, what does it mean to you? And you don't have to say it right now. I know, you know, your good thoughts might come when you're like taking your shower in the morning, or you're just walking your dog or whatever. But send us a note through social media. You've got our information, Palenke Arts, you know. It's important to us. Our design is in flux. But if there's something you cherish, or something that is missing, we need to know. We need to know. So I have something, for you. We had a flamenco guitarist here on Wednesday, El Amir, who's played Jose Merced. He sang for our children, our chorus, and I got to know him through one of my very favorite groups of all time that is no longer a group. It's called Radio Tarifa. And Radio Tarifa is a group that kind of assembled Middle Eastern musicians with flamenco musicians, which is a beautiful thing. And he played on my favorite album of theirs, their live album, Fiebre. So if you're looking for an amazing album, you might want to look for that. It's a beautiful blend of Middle Eastern and Spanish, flamenco. And there's a tune that I learned from them. It's called La Mambada. It's a really old tune. And when I sang it for a friend from Jordan, he's like, I say like, I learned this song, or in Spanish group, he's like, that song is really old, mister. And like, so he helped me, he played oud to it, and I don't play oud, but I'm gonna try to do my little version of it. It's, as far as I understand, it's a song that, in Arabic that talks about admiring the beauty of a dancer. For me, it's also to admire the beauty from within, and also those who surround us. We live sometimes in difficult moments, and we don't stop, and we don't give ourselves credit, and we don't give credit to the people around us. So La Mambada for you, and if you speak Arabic and I butcher it, please forgive me. Baby بجمال فتنا لما بدا يتسنى لما بدا يتسنى
Thank you, Juan! Woo! Okay, I think I'll just do, I don't know. Do you want to just hear one?
I want to hear 10.
Do you want to hear two?
I want to hear 20.
I could do two. 2 times 10? No, not tonight. So I'm going to do a cover first. Might surprise you, but I've been getting down lately on the Dolly Parton. Oof. Hopefully that doesn't surprise you, because, I don't know, she's pretty awesome. And I'm no good at anything but love songs, so, can you hear that okay? This is a song called The Grass is Blue. I've had to think of a way to survive since you said it's over and told me goodbye. I just can't make it one day without you unless I pretend that the opposite's true. Rivers flow backward, valleys are high, mountains are level, truth is a lie. I'm perfectly fine, and I don't miss you, and the
sky is green and the grass is blue. Hang on. How much can a heart and a troubled mind take? Where is the fine line before it all breaks? Can one end their sorrow, just cross over it and into that realm of insanity's bliss? There's snow in the tropics, there's ice on the sun. It's hot in the Arctic, and crying is fun. And I'm happy now, and I'm glad we're through. And the sky is green, and the grass is blue. And the rivers flow backward, and my tears are dry. Swans hate the water, and eagles can't fly. But I'm alright now that I'm over you. And the sky is green, and the grass is blue. And I don't love you, and the grass is blue.
Dolly, man. Woo.
Okay, and then this is an original song that I call called Mockingbird. So you may have heard it before. I've probably done it here before. It's been a while since I've been playing music. Ooh, yeah, it's been a while. But I'm rehearsing for a couple plays besides the play that I'm directing at Seaside High. I'm going to be in Romeo and Juliet at MPC coming up February 21st. So hopefully I remember how my own song goes. Which way the moss grows can tell you enough when you've lost your way in the wood. The you who's not lost knows it's time to get tough. You're not lost, you're just misunderstood. How many blankets and how many shoes do you need if you're not going far? In winter it's one thing, but don't get the blues, it's July and you've got your guitar. And the mockingbird sings all night, taking wing if not taking flight. In the morning the sun comes to tell east from west. Will you take what you need and abandon the rest then? 6 dozen roses and 5 dozen swords delivered and left at your door. So pick up your kisses and put down your words. We don't have to fight anymore. Please don't turn around when I'm saying my piece. You said yours and I swallowed my tongue. If you can't understand, you can listen at least and pretend it's a battle I've won. As the mockingbird sings all night, taking wing if not taking flight. In the morning the crows come to pick up the mess. Will you take what you need and abandon the rest then? It's almost 10 years since we kissed in the rain. Now they tell me your cancer is back. I wish you good health and I wish you no pain, and I wish I could do more than that. We were young and in love and I got tired of who I was when I was with you. So I told you goodbye.
that you must need somebody, but you don't need me. Now the mockingbird sings all night, taking wing if not taking flight. Is it messed up I'm crying like you've already died? I don't know if you're dying, I don't know if I tried enough. Mockingbird sings all night. Mockingbird sings all night. Whatever he's saying, it's right. Mockingbird sings all night. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for listening to all of us, and I hope that next time you'll come and bring a friend. I hope next time you'll come and get up on the mic. Please, again, follow our social media, share the word with your friends that we are here, and when Juan says, let us know what this means to you, please do. Send us a message, leave us a note, and also please let us know what else we could provide for you, right? What else it is that you need to see more of in our community here. And just much love. We'll see you next month, last Sunday of the month. Is it the...
Last Sunday of the month? It is.
Yeah. Hang on, so 20...
It's a day.
And by the way,
24.
24?
We're not
Thank you,
great. We're not really great with this marketing thing.
Yeah. So if you do marketing, join us.
Yeah.
But also, you know,
There's something that if
Put it in your
you
calendar.
follow us, we have a dear friend and advisory council member is battling cancer, and they just did a fundraiser. My band, Juan Los Sanchez Ensemble, will be performing a benefit concert for him sometime in February. We hope, with Paul Contos, Steve Uccello, Mike Shannon. Just really wonderful group, and whoever else we can bring it along to the party. It's a family that is in real need. He's really fighting for his life. I heard a couple of references to cancer tonight, so you know how it is. So stay tuned. We'll have an announcement shortly. Okay.
yeah.
So thank you.
Take care.
And Tammy Brown in April 27th, in Cate Cardenal from Nicaragua, hopefully in March. So, thank you.
Take care, everybody. Good night.